A table is a grid of cells arranged into rows running left and right, and columns running up and down. Tables can be customized and are useful for various tasks, like presenting text information and numerical data. So we're going to look at creating a table and applying some changes to it. So to start off, we're going to click and place our insertion point at the location where we would like to insert the table. You're going to go up to Insert and go down to Table. And there you see you can have a span of different cells. At the bottom, it tells you how big the table you're working towards is going to be. So right now, it's set to be a 14 by 17. That's beyond the scope of what we're looking at now. I think I'm just going to say 2 columns and 5 rows. We can always add more columns or rows as necessary. So I've clicked to accept that table size, and the grid of squares appears. If this is not what I want, I can right-click and choose to delete the row, delete the column, or delete the entire table. For now, I'm happy with this, and we're going to present the information about Disney's original cartoon features in this. Feature film release date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this information and I'm going to present it in a table, which may be easier to read. To move between cells, you press Tab and it will jump to the next cell. Now that I'm at the end of the table, if I press Tab, it will automatically create another row for me. If I want to adjust the width of the cells, I move the cursor so that it changes to look like 2 arrows pointing left and right. And then if I click and drag, it will select that column and make it blue and let me move it around. And I can do that again for the outside of the table. If I click and drag, it can select just the text. If I keep dragging, it will select the entire row. If I apply some formatting, it will apply to everything that's been selected. I could also click and drag down to select a column, and I can apply formatting to that as well. If I want to insert a row above or below, I can click on a cell, I right-click, and I can choose Insert Row Above, Insert Row Below. I could also insert a column to the left or a column to the right of this current cell. So you can really still adjust the table after you've created it. If you click and drag on a row, that can adjust the size. But if I want them to all be of equal size, I could select the table or the group of rows, and I can choose Distribute Rows. That has now made each row the same height. I could also, let's make it obvious. Okay, we can obviously see the release date column is wider than the feature film. If I select the table, I can right-click and choose to distribute columns. That will make them of equal width. I can also right-click and go onto Table Properties with selected text or selected cells. I can adjust the table border. So maybe I want to make it light blue and 3-point. I can change the background of the cell color. And I can choose the vertical alignment. So because our cells are wider than the text, I could make the text stay at the top as it is right now. I could make it be in the middle, or I could make it be at the bottom. I'll say middle. If we want, you can get into here to be technical in adjusting the column width, the row height. Cell padding is how much white space will there be around the text. And alignment could be left, center, right. Let's say right. That way you see from the selected stuff, now you see the table has the light blue cyan 3-point table border, and the selected cells have yellow backgrounds, and the table itself is right aligned. You can also notice that these cells have the text in the center, whereas the feature film and release date, they are still aligned to the top. Could go into table properties, and I could make the vertical alignment bottom, and so then you see now they cling to the bottom of the cell. So I'm going to start off by right-clicking and inserting a row. I'm going to insert a column to the left of Snow White, and now I'm going to insert a column to the right. I don't need these to be all separate cells, so I'm going to right-click after selecting them, and I'm going to merge the cells. This has now made one big cell. I'm going to do the same on the right side. Right-click and merge cells. So now I can click in and I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to search the web and say Walt Disney. Here we have the man. So I'll select a picture and I can insert it. And there we go.